You're watching the Sun Belt Conference on ESPN. It's a Sun Belt Saturday in downtown Atlanta as we step inside Center Park Stadium, where the Appalachian State Mountaineers have come to town to take on the Georgia State Panthers in the conference opener for both of these teams. And good afternoon. I'm Matt Stewart, joined by Sam Crenshaw. And Sam, for the first time in 5 years, App State not the defending champions in this conference. They'd like to get that back. Panthers coming off that near upset at Auburn last week. 0-7 all-time against App, but played them close last year in Boone.
Real close last year. They had the Mountaineers on the ropes, but they let them wiggle off the hook. Today they want to finish the deal here at home.
Let's talk about quarterbacks. Mountaineers led by Chase Bryce, one of a boatload of former Georgia high school stars returning to this state with the Mountaineers. Led Grayson to a state title. He's had stops at Clemson and Duke, now with the Mountaineers.
He's found a new home at the Rock and an offensive line that is giving him time to work. He has a deep, talented, experienced receiving core with big play capability.
For the third straight game, the Panthers will start Darren Granger at quarterback. He's 1-1, but they're looking for more of a passing game from this young man.
They are. This is the third start for the transfer from Clemson. Got Georgia State off to a great start on the ground last week, where Auburn made some adjustments in the second half. The Panthers offense was grounded. A more balanced attack could be the key to a win today.
It's the Georgia State Panthers and the Appalachian State Mountaineers, the Sun Belt opener in Atlanta. Opening kick is coming up next. Back in Atlanta, the 1-3 Georgia State Panthers playing host to the 3-1 Appalachian State Mountaineers. Mountaineers have not played since 2 Thursday nights ago when they came back and beat Marshall 31-30 at the Rock. And of course the Panthers, tough luck losers at Auburn last week, 34-24. 79 degrees right now, wind coming out of the southeast at 6 miles per hour, and humidity at 64%. Panthers won the opening toss. They have elected to receive. You take a look at head coach Sean Elliott, says they put that loss to Auburn behind them on Monday. He told the team, not all wins are great wins, not all losses are bad losses.
Indeed, that's what he told them. Wanted to process it, extract the good things from it, but let's move on, because now, is, he likes to say, it's ring season.
Michael Hughes has it teed up and ready to go for the Mountaineers, the 6'3", 180 freshman out of Charleston, West Virginia. Terrence Dixon standing deep for the Panthers, along with Quavian White. Conference opener for App State and Georgia State. Mountaineers 6-2 in the conference last year, in the reign of 4 consecutive Sun Belt championships. And the Panthers, who have yet to have a kick return this season, take the fair catch in the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. And there is Sean Clark in his second full season as the Mountaineers head coach.
You got 2 head coaches here today who are good friends, who are teammates, friends, communicate throughout the week. But today they're going to put it on hold for a few hours.
We'll get you Sean Clark in just a moment. But he told us this week, 9-3 last year. That's fantastic in a lot of places. That's not good enough at App State. So here we go on offense. Play action. Granger goes to the air trying to get the ball to Dixon, and it was nearly intercepted by Trey Cobb right off the bat.
It's Trey Cobb, another Georgia player back home out of Ware County. And we talked about how they want to have a balance in the offense. They want to get some confidence early, some completions to get Granger going through the passing.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. Tucker Gregg starting at running back after his big performance last week at Auburn. Going to go to the air and airs it out. And it's caught by Sam Pinkney, and then it was taken away. Let's see what they're going to rule here. They're still scrambling for the ball. That's going to be an interception for the Mountaineers as Sean Jolly, who started at Stevenson High School here in Atlanta, comes up with the interception.
Isn't that quite a confrontation we're going to watch throughout the day of Pinkney against Jolly? 2 fantastic talents who may get a chance to see on Sundays. He just wrestled that one away from Pinkney.
So Jolly comes up with the interception. It's his first of the season. And it's the third interception for the Mountaineers this year. So interesting, this Panthers team that's rushed for nearly 300 yards in each of their last 2 games comes out throwing and throws a pick on the opening series.
Sure, that's not what Coach Elliott wanted to see. They wanted to be more aggressive and get some success through the passing game, but not this.
So now the Mountaineers on offense, averaging nearly 33 points per game and 476 total yards per offense. That's Malik Williams in motion. The handoff's going to go to Noel, and Nate Noel picks up about 5 yards on the play up to the 46-yard line.
You pick your poison with their running game. If Cameron Peoples is not able to go today like he normally would, they get just as good from Nate Noel going off the left side of that line. Nice pickup.
Yeah, Peoples is bothered by an ankle injury, so Nate Noel getting the start. They're 1 and 2 in the conference in rushing yards, so you're right. Pick your poison. Second down, empty backfield, shotgun snap to Bryce. First down catch across the 45 and down to the 42-yard line. And that was Corey Sutton, the super senior, one of 4 super senior wide receivers in Chase Bryce's arsenal.
They're like the toy department. He just has his assortment. Whatever he wants. Yeah, deep, talented, and experienced.
Corey Sutton opted out last year, recovering from a knee injury, back for his 6th season. Started his career at Kansas State. He's a star out of Mallard Creek there in Charlotte. Going up top, and Sutton can't run under it inside the 5-yard line. Bryquise Brown on the coverage for Georgia State.
And there was a little contact, that little incidental contact. Didn't hurt Bryquise Brown, who was there on the coverage. Young man who was like ascended to the starting spot.
And there is Sean Clark, former teammate of Georgia State head coach Sean Elliott when the two of them played for the Mountaineers, and legendary coach Jerry Moore. So second down and 10. Right up the middle. Noel crashes down to the 35-yard line. Chris Bacon, the safety, making the tackle.
It's Noel just following his blocks, and they're back up on the line quickly, Matt.
Third down and short. Noel again. And Noel is going to pick up the first down, it would appear, at the 32-yard line. And that will be a first down.
And they're coming out really to assert themselves and establish the run game right away. They got good field position to start their first possession because of the interception, Matt. And they're flexing a little bit with the guys up front.
First and 10, ball at the 32. We talk about the up front. Bear Hunter, their center, number 51, making his 43rd start and his 37th consecutive. Pass is going to be overthrown. Hennigan at the 21-yard line, cut in when Bryce expected him to cut out. And talking about starts, Thomas Hennigan making his 56th career start today.
Man, it's a lot of starts at the collegiate level.
It's crazy with this super senior stuff. You've got guys playing college football nearly twice as long as their NFL careers will last.
You're right.
If they get there. Second down. To the tight end, Pearson. Pearson down to the 24-yard line. Henry Pearson, senior out of New Jersey, with his 3rd catch of the season. That's one of the things Frank Ponce, the OC, told us. They want to get the tight end more incorporated into their offense this week. Noel, first down and more, right up the middle, inside the 10. Touchdown, App State.
That O-line you're looking at right there opened up the hole right up the middle. And Nate Noel knew exactly what to do.
Nate Noel with his rushing touchdown. It's the first of the season, believe it or not. And Staten on for the PAT, 14 for 14 this year. Holders Clayton Howell, the snapper Christian Johnstone, another Georgia kid out of Archer High School. Combination puts it through the uprights, and a 7-0 lead for App. Less than 3 minutes into this game, so App State able to cash in. 21 points off turnovers this year for App State. They lead at 7-0. App State out to a 7-0 lead, 8-play, 59-yard drive capped by the 23-yard touchdown run by Nate Noel. Scored in less than 3 minutes against a Panthers defense, Sam, that had given up only 2 offensive touchdowns total in the last 2 games.
We talk about a Panthers defense that forced Auburn to kick all game long, didn't give up a touchdown until the last minute of the game last Saturday. Man, so we're hoping to have that same effort. Now we can see if the offense got to go back to work.
Sean Clark told us this week, we mentioned the 9-3 start, or 9-3 a year ago, how that's not good enough. He said, look, we've got a business-like atmosphere around here with all these super seniors. They certainly look very business-like on that opening possession.
They really did. They knew exactly what they had to do. They went about their business, and they got the first touchdown of the game and put a little pressure now on Georgia State. And let's see how they come back out with Darren Granger.
Looks like Quad Brown. He's standing right there. Are they going to pull the trigger, or are they going to keep Granger? Looks like Granger will stay in there. It would be quick to pull the trigger, but the Panthers have got to get something going in the passing game, and Granger was picked off and nearly picked off on his first pass attempt.
Don't see 75 on the offensive line right now for Georgia State.
And that's Shamarius Gilmore, who has started 51 consecutive games, a program record. He's been battling an ankle injury, and that's Jamias Williams in there getting the first carry of the game. That's interesting. Tucker Gregg was in there for the first series, did not get a carry, and Jamias Williams, who's listed as 3rd on the depth chart, getting the first carry of the game.
Big 52, Marco Jackson in on the stop. We're going to talk about him a lot today.
He is a train wrecker. And Granger going to take a loss as Demetrius Taylor gets to him, and now it's going to be 3rd down very quickly. Taylor, one of those beasts up front for the Mountaineers out of the very famed Northwestern High School in Miami. Third down and long. Granger out of the shotgun. Heavy rush. Gets it out of there, and it's complete at the 26. But that will not be enough for a first down as Cornelius McCoy comes up with just his 4th catch of the season.
Making that stop, Caden Smith, another local product, number 13, starting at safety today out of Mountain View High School locally. And a 3 and out is not what Sean Elliott wants to see.
You mentioned Caden Smith. He's getting his first start of the season. He'd been injured up until today. So the super senior out of Mountain View in on that tackle. Michael Haynes averaging 41 yards per punt on to kick. Rugby style kick. Hennigan calls fair catch. Makes it at the 27. That's where the Mountaineers will go on offense for the 2nd time in this ball game. That was a 49-yard kick for the young man from Florence, South Carolina.
He had a strong game last week against Auburn, so he's one of the weapons we're looking to see, and he's been very, very consistent with what Georgia State needed.
So Chase Bryce, 2 of 4, 21 yards passing on that opening drive. Noel, 4 carries for 38 yards, 23-yard touchdown run, and he's still in there at running back. Play action, out to the sideline, and Hennigan shoved out of bounds close to the first down marker. Quavian White on the tackle. That's going to be a pickup of 9 on the play. Hennigan, 19 catches for 283 coming into this game, right at 15 yards per catch, 71 yards per game. 2nd down and 1. Noel to the outside, has the first down, runs it up to the 41-yard line. Just Sean Taylor in on that tackle with a few of his teammates, but a first down carry for Noel. And that's going to be the 4th first down for App State here. We're not 5 minutes in yet.
And notice balance right now, the balance in this offensive attack for Appalachian State.
Mountaineers average right at 27 first downs per game. Well, wraps up, makes a man miss. Gets knocked down after a 3-yard gain. Looked like Javon Dennis, the defensive end, was the one who grabbed him by the ankles and got him on the ground. It'll be second down. App State averaging 206 yards rushing per game, 270.5 through the air. Second down and 7. Malik Williams in motion. Then a throw to Malik Williams out of the backfield, and Malik Williams gets run out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Corey Crawford getting him out of bounds. It's going to be third down and short.
Crawford in on some big plays last weekend in the game against Auburn. He's had a great season so far.
Mountaineers already 2 for 2 on third down conversions in this game. And now they're 3 for 3 as they run a screen to Malik Williams. He gets to the other side of the 50. Very machine-like, this App State offense here in this first quarter.
Methodical.
Yeah.
Methodical.
It's like they practiced it. They're just going right down the field. First and 10 from the 44. Heavy rush. Bryce didn't see the blitz coming, and he gets dropped by Vinzial.
Wow. He didn't see him coming, but that was his intent right from the very start. Number 40, we can't say enough about this guy and what he's done coming into the Georgia State program. Special teamer, making his way big time into a starting role. Man, that is textbook.
Second quarterback sack of the season for Vinzial out of North Paulding High School. 7th sack of the season for this Georgia State defense. And it's going to be Castle on the carry. Anderson Castle, local kid out of Boone, North Carolina, Watauga High School, just his 7th carry of the season. I think that's a good indication right there that we won't see Cam Peoples today. Third down now and long after that quarterback sack by Vinzial. A chance for the Panthers to get off the field. Castle crashes right up the middle down to the 45-yard line. And it's going to be fourth down and long. Punting situation, so that sack by Vinzial was huge. Gets the Panthers defense off the field.
They'll get the ball back here, another possession. We're going to watch this offensive huddle before they come on. We may see some changes here, Matt.
Quavian White on to receive this kick from Sabach. End over end. Quavian White calls fair catch, makes it in traffic at the 14-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will go on offense for the third time when we get back. And who will be the quarterback when we get back? We'll find out after this timeout. So after starting the first 2 games and getting benched, Quad Brown re-enters the lineup for the Panthers, replacing Darren Granger after the first 2 series of this game against App State. And he's going to hand off to Tucker Gregg, who weaves his way through the defense, and Gregg gets about 5 or 6 on the play. Gregg, the senior, 257 on the season, 6 yards per carry, 64 yards per game. 150 career high against Auburn, including 2 50-plus runs against the Tigers last week down on the Plains. Quad Brown going to run it and get wrapped up after a very short game at the 27-yard line. Looked like Palin in on that tackle, and now it's going to be third down and short.
Maybe just a little inactivity there, but Brown was very tentative before he got into this run. He could have gotten the first down possibly.
Third down and a yard to go. Panthers have yet to convert on third down in this game, but now they have. I believe they have. Quad Brown was able to stretch his body out to beyond the 24-yard line, and that'll move the sticks. First down for the Panthers today.
And you watch to see what Brown does to get himself acclimated and get comfortable after not playing last couple of games.
Quad Brown going up top, going deep down the sideline, hangs it up there, intercepted nearly at the 35-yard line by Stephen Jones. Just too much air underneath that ball.
He was looking for Jamari Thrash, and that's the young man who's made the most of Pinckney being sidelined, Sam Pinckney and Cornelius McCoy. That ball hung up there for a minute, and I'm so sure Thrash didn't have to play a little defense there.
So 2nd down and 10. Greg made a man miss in the backfield and gets stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. That was DeMarco Jackson, number 52, and on the tackle for App State.
That's a guy that just loves to play. On defense, on special teams, he hates to come off the field.
One of the best linebackers in the nation, National Player of the Week last year when they beat Georgia State 17-13. Had 9 total stops in that game. Now the Panthers facing 3rd and long. They're 1 for 2 on 3rd down conversions in this game. Quad Brown scrambling, looking for an open man. Can't find one. Throws it downfield, incomplete. Dixon was his intended target, but he was covered tightly by Jolly, and it's 4th down.
And that was just great coverage everywhere. Quad Brown just looking for somebody open, anybody, and tried to extend the play. And just throwing it out of bounds.
So Haynes on the punt for a 2nd time. And a 47-yard boomer his first time out. Hennigan standing at the 38 for the return. And that's a poor kick. Going to go out of bounds. Let's see where they spot this thing. It might be on the Panthers side of the 50 when that official stops walking. And wait to see where they're going to spot it out. Looks like the 48, 46. Just a 22-yard shank by Michael Haynes. App State good field position when they come out on offense after this timeout. Four and a half to play here in the first quarter as App State goes on offense for the 3rd time. Sam, they're averaging 5.4 yards per play compared to the Panthers 1.4. Jet sweep, pardon me. And that was Milan Tucker on the run. Milan Tucker, whose daddy played in this ballpark. Michael Tucker, you might remember him as a member of the Atlanta Braves.
Yep.
Played out in right field, which is beyond the bleachers out here. Second down and 7. And Noel up the middle down to the 41-yard line. So Noel on the run after the jet sweep by Tucker. 7 carries now. That was number 8 for Noel. Close to 50 yards rushing already for him today. Sun Belt Conference's leading rusher at 437 yards on the season. And already scored his first touchdown of the season here today. 3rd down. Bryce goes to the air, dumps it off to Noel. And Noel is going to get stopped at the 40-yard line, short of the 1st down. That's Blake Carroll.
Blake Carroll making the big stop, and Chris Moore helping him finish it off. Another look, watch the 42.
Yeah, Carroll was the game ball winner in their last game here against Charlotte a couple of weeks ago. Had 9 total tackles, a quarterback sack. PBU and a forced fumble, and that forced fumble was huge. It came at the 13-yard line late in the third quarter as it appeared Charlotte was about to go in for a game-leading touchdown.
Big play at that time. And now we
so
got
a timeout has been called
down
by App State here, or was it Georgia State who burned the timeout? Looks like well, the timeout was called on a 4th and 2 coming up. And the Mountaineers had lined up to go for it. Mountaineers are 3 of 6 on their 4th downs this season. The Panthers 7 of 9 defending the 4th down this season. So 4th down from the 40-yard line. Bryce, shoulder fake, in and out of the hands of Hennigan, nearly intercepted by Carroll, and the Panthers defense comes up with another stop. They'll give the ball back to the offense.
Big stop there, but Carroll is walking off the field saying he couldn't believe it. Ball was sitting right there for him, but he couldn't bring it in.
Another thing that's hard to believe is Hennigan dropping a wide open pass like that. Normally a very sure-handed wide receiver, and the Panthers go back on offense at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Jamias Williams remains in there at running back. And Quad Brown on the keeper gets stuck in his tracks by Trey Cobb. Second tackle for Trey Cobb today, the inside linebacker, as you mentioned, Sam, out of Ware County, a Ware County Gator growing up.
Down around Waycross.
Played for Franklin Stevens, who's now the head coach at McEachern. 2nd down and 11. Pump fake, fire, and that's a 1st down catch by Pinckney. Sam Pinckney finally getting back in the mix. Only 2 catches so far this year for the all-conference wide receiver as he has battled injury.
And that's the kind of completion you want to see to get Quad Brown going to Georgia State.
When we talked to Dale Jones, the DC for the Mountaineers, he said Sam Pinckney's the guy we got to stop. DeMarco Jackson.
Man.
It's hard to run up the middle of DeMarco Jackson.
Jamias Williams gave it a try. DeMarco Jackson said, not here, not now.
So 2nd down and 8 with the ball at the 41. Heavy rush. Quad Brown in trouble, going to take a sack. And it is DeMarco Jackson, the ever-present DeMarco Jackson with the QBS. It's his 4th of the season.
He is the energy guy because he's all over the place. Pass rush, stopping the run. I mean, he makes it go. He's a one-man game changer.
3rd down and 12 with the ball at the 45. Line to gain is the 33. Quad Brown scrambling, pointing downfield, firing to the sideline, and it is caught at the 32, and he's got the 1st down with the 2nd effort. Jakias Cradle with a big clutch catch to pick up the 1st down for the Panthers. First and 10 from the 33. Quad Brown firing in the middle, low throw, and was that caught? If so, that's a great sliding catch right there by McCoy. Had to reach behind and grab it.
He hasn't been healthy in recent games, but he's back today along with Sam Pinckney. These are the targets that Quad Brown has worked so well with last season.
Final half minute of this 1st quarter. On 2nd down and short, that's Jamias Williams. I think he might be a little bit short of the 1st down with that carry right there. Nope, they're going to say he got the 1st down, so they'll move the sticks again. Clock continues to run, now under 10 seconds to play in the quarter. I think the Panthers are going to flip the field here and go to the sideline, discuss things, and come back with a 1st and 10 at the 23 to begin the second quarter. So that's 15 minutes in the books here in Atlanta. App State on top 7-0. But the Panthers driving for the first time today. We'll start the second quarter when we get back. Panthers facing 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line of App State as we start the second quarter. Panthers have driven 36 yards on 7 plays. And Sam Quad Brown looks more comfortable.
He does.
Stands in the pocket, fires in the middle, in traffic, caught by McCoy. Inside the 10-yard line, threaded the needle.
These guys combined on some fantastic catches last season, and he threads the needle. You just mentioned how comfortable he was. Stays in the pocket, picks his man out there. Great pickup for the Panthers.
Looks like a different quarterback than the first series he played. Jamias Williams is able to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage after being caught behind the line of scrimmage. Ryan Huff, the safety, among those in on the stop for the Mountaineers. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 5. So Williams, the bulk of the carries so far. He's got 4 carries. That's most among the running backs. Tucker Gregg now in there, and Williams in there as well. They're going double running backs. And Brown looks like a busted play. Runs right to the line of scrimmage and gets knocked down immediately.
That was not what's supposed to happen with those 2 running backs in there.
No. Nick Hampton making the tackle there for the Mountaineers, junior out of Anderson, South Carolina. And 21 stops on the season. Now it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 5.
Both of your tight ends are coming in now, Georgia State.
Panthers 6 of 9 in the red zone, scoring touchdowns, and they've gotten 3 field goals, so they're 100% once they've been in the red zone this season. They'd like to get 6 here. Brown fires, batted down at the line of scrimmage and nearly intercepted by that man again, DeMarco Jackson.
He is everywhere.
Well, he's not a secret in the Sun Belt, but maybe for the rest of the nation. But this guy, regardless of the conference, one of the top linebackers in the entire nation.
Elevate, elevate. That pass was headed for Sam Pinckney.
Noel Ruiz on to kick. He's number 3 in the nation among active players in career points. Currently at 339. Seth Blauser is the snapper. And Michael Haynes is the holder. And the kick is up and good. So the Panthers get on the board. They go 54 yards on 12 plays. They get the field goal from Ruiz, 23 yards. And it's 7-3 here early in the second quarter. So Michael Haynes set to kick things off for the Panthers. 8th all-time meeting between these two. App leading 7-0, 3-0 here in Atlanta. 17-13 win in Boone last year. Last time they played here, Mountaineers 56-27 winners. 37-3 and 31-10 the previous results in Atlanta. So the Mountaineers have always played well here in this city. And the kick taken at the 2-yard line by Malik Williams. And Williams gets submarined at the 25-yard line. That's where the Mountaineers will go on offense. Robert Lewis making the tackle for the Panthers.
Great special teams play there by Lewis. And you mentioned how well Appalachian State plays when they come here. Of course, we mentioned from the outset how many players from Georgia, for which this is a homecoming game. You got an injury on the Appalachian State sideline. I've got a player down over there.
And that's John Trey Hunter, the linebacker who was in on the kickoff coverage, and he is slow to get up and move.
There's Bob Murphy of the Georgia State training staff.
So Hunter walks slowly across the field. Looks like he's he's going to be able to make it across the field under his own power. Sean Clark huddling up with his team as they get ready to go back on offense. 93 yards of offense for the Mountaineers, 42 through the air, 51 on the ground. 3 of 5 on their third downs to start this game.
But after that first possession,
yep,
the Georgia State defensive unit has seemed to have stiffened some.
Well, it was the Jordan Venzial quarterback sack on Chase Bryce that stopped their second drive. And since that time, the Panthers have had some more momentum, not only defensively, but also offensively as well. It was a big play by Venzial. So now Chase Bryce brings the offense back out. 6 of 9 passing for 42 yards so far in this game. Noel gets the handoff, and Noel going to pick up about 7 yards on the play as he skids out to the 32-yard line. And again, Cam Peoples, who's listed as the #1 running back on the App State depth chart. That's just a matter of who gets that spot on the depth chart, because Nate Noel's the top rusher in the conference. But Cam Peoples looks like he will not be able to play today. We have not seen him play yet today, and he was favoring an ankle injury. He is dressed, however. Bryce dropped the ball. Had to fall on top of it and take a loss of yardage back at the 26.
Like a play action, and he just mishandled it there.
He did, yep. He was going to fake a handoff, and then maybe it clipped Noel a little bit and knocked it out of his hands. Regardless, now it's 3rd and 9.
Just fell down on it. Didn't try to make something spectacular happen. Just didn't want to lose possession.
Mountaineers 3 of 5 on their third downs. They're 33% on third downs this season. The Panthers defense just 46% on third downs this season. Heavy rush. Bryce gets it out of there to Noel, and Blake Carroll going to drop him for a loss. Blake Carroll stops Noel right where he caught the ball, and it's 4th down.
We're seeing a show by the linebackers in this game, Matt. Blake Carroll for Georgia State, and of course Marco Jackson for Appalachian State. 42 saying, okay, 52, whatever you do, I'm going to show you I can do it too.
4.5 TFL for Blake Carroll this season. And Subich is on to kick again. And it's going to kick out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to spot that. The 32, that's where the Panthers will go on offense. So the Panthers look like a different team offensively on that last possession, as Quad Brown appeared to get a little bit more comfortable in the pocket. Looked like the speed of the game kind of caught him off guard when he came in on that first series, but his second series, he did okay. He's 4 of 7 passing for 55 yards so far.
He's just taking his time getting reacclimated. Made some completions to his favorite target. Somebody got a penalty flag down on the field.
That's a late flag. I think it must have something to do with the substitution. Trennis Livingston, our referee. And they're over there talking to Sean Clark right now. So again, this flag came after the 2 units, the offensive and the defensive units, had come on the field. It's not related to the punt. So they hadn't snapped or anything, so it's got to be some kind of a substitution penalty.
You would think. They had 3 officials over there talking to Coach Clark.
Legal substitution on the return team. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. 4th down.
Oh, wow, so it was on the punt. That was just a late flag. I didn't see it in the midst of the action of the punt and the punt return. There was no punt return, but the punt or the punt coverage or the punt return team.
That was really a late flag.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I didn't see it initially. So somewhere along the line, they counted and saw that the Panthers had only 12. Or had 12, not only 12, but had more than 11. So Subich is going to punt again. This time he's standing at the 15, and the ball lies on the line of scrimmage, the 30. No rush, left-footed boom. Fair catch called for, dropped and covered by Quavian White at the 34-yard line.
He's always so sure-handed with those.
So that whole transaction, I think the Panthers end up gaining about 1 yard. It was going to be at the 33, I think, and now it's going to be at the 34. 36-yard kick by Sabach. So the Panthers go back on offense. 69 total yards for the Panthers so far today. Only 10 rushing, which has been a little bit of a surprise, but they knew it would be hard to run the ball against this stout App State defense. That's Thrash. And Thrash gets wrapped up at the 39-yard line. Another one of the Atlanta kids. That's Ronald Clark out of Mill Creek High School here in Atlanta making the tackle. Second down, Quad Brown lobs it out there for Greg, who can't come up with it.
Can they get a hand on that?
I don't know.
I think somebody reached up and may have gotten a hand on that one. Look, throw it.
No.
Nope.
Just a wobbly pass. Wounded duck, as they used to call it today. They don't call it that anymore. Maybe that's not politically correct anymore. Don't want to offend ducks.
No.
Third down. And Quad Brown throws. It is caught but out of bounds.
Boy, he took a shot with out of bounds there. He gets up okay.
So fourth down, looks like a 3-and-out here for the Panthers.
Trying to extend the play. Throws the pass and he shoved out of bounds. Threw it to Cradle. Caught it, but it came down out of bounds.
Right, it was Cradle. I think I identified him as Thrash. It was Cradle, incomplete either way. Fourth down. So Haynes standing at his 24-yard line to kick, and Hennigan standing at the 24 to receive. Booming kick. Hennigan has it go over his head. Bounces straight up and down at the 13, and that is where the Mountaineers will go back on offense with 10.5 to play in the half. App on top, 7-3. App State back on offense. They've won 6 of their last 7 Sun Belt Conference openers. In fact, their only conference opening loss back in 2014. Their first year in the conference, I worked that game.
Okay.
In Boone with Coach Al Groh. They lost to South Alabama. They've only gone 49-8 since that loss. It's just an amazing run that the Mountaineers have had. Corey Sutton gets his foot down for the catch at the 22-yard line. That's a 9-yard pickup.
But when you were at that game, did everyone feel like they made the right move, or was it some second guessing?
Well, at that point in 2014, there were a lot of people kind of split decision on whether they should have gone FBS, should have gone FC or state FCS. Of course, now in hindsight, they made the right move for sure. There's no question. They've been highly successful. They've become a national brand. I mean, they've gone beyond just Sun Belt success in my mind. They are a national brand. They have, in a lot of ways, in my mind, become kind of like Boise State of the East.
We talked with Coach Clark about that and the fact that they're playing these games on different nights on their schedule. They got games on Thursday nights, they got a Wednesday night game, they got a Tuesday night game.
So 1st and 10, their next game will be a Tuesday night game. Handoff goes to Anderson Castle as he gets his second carry of the ball game, gets stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, that next game against the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns on Tuesday, October 12th at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN2. The team they have beaten in the last 2 Sun Belt Championship games. To win the Sun Belt Championship, them as the East champions, the Ragin' Cajuns as the West champions. Of course, there was not a Sun Belt Championship game last year because of COVID. Second down. Play action. Bryce to the air and a high throw. That one sailed on Bryce. Bryce led one of the most talented teams in Georgia high school history to a state title back in 2016 when he led the Grayson Rams to a victory over the Roswell Hornets in overtime.
Thrilling game.
Heavy rush. He's forced out of the pocket, being chased, throwing on the run, and caught at the 38-yard line. That's Hennigan for the first down. Hennigan might be shaken up as he got sandwiched on the tackle.
Yeah, he got a little bit of wind knocked out of him there for a moment. But take another look and talk about Chase Bryce. Extends the play just enough to find his open receiver. One of those veterans. Gets sandwiched there between Ja'Cory Crawford and Tavius Lane.
Bryce now 9 of 13 for 50 yards. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it out to the sideline, and that's a short gainer to Christian Wells. 4th catch of the season. The former star out of University School in Fort Lauderdale.
There's a look at Wells.
2nd down and 7. Mountaineers have won 2 straight since that heartbreaking 25-23 loss at Miami. The infamous Cat game. Bryce pump fake, runs up the middle, slides down at the 42. Had to get on the ground before Benzial could get a helmet on him.
And he just didn't see anything he liked to want to throw to it, and tried to make the most he could make out of it. But now we got a 3rd down play. Let's see what the Georgia State defense can come up with.
Line to gain is the 48. 3rd and 6 from the 42. Heavy rush. Bryce got it out of there for a 1st down to Malik Williams. 15th catch of the year for Malik Williams.
Super senior.
Yep. All 4 of their starting wide receivers are super seniors. So Georgia State just used their 2nd timeout. Will step aside and take it with them. 7.5 to play in the half. .55 career catches for the 4 super seniors in the wide receiver core for the Mountaineers. They've combined for 7 catches. 7 of the 11 completions from Chase Bryce today. Mountaineers have it 1st and 10 from the 50. Play action, rolling to his right. Bryce looking downfield, hit by Carroll as he throws, and incomplete, trying to squeeze it in a tight spot to Wells.
Wells couldn't hang on to it. And Bryce had to get rid of it. He was feeling some heat.
Carroll was chasing him near the sideline. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Mountaineers 131 yards of offense so far today. 76 pass, 55 ground. Complete at the 44. That was Corey Sutton, 3rd catch of the day for him. Bryquist Brown throws him to the ground. 3rd down and medium coming up.
So look at Bryce throwing it out there. Nice catch, and he hangs on to it. Sutton's healthy again. Another one of the experienced veteran wide receivers this team.
With his 3 catches today, he's up over 30 for the season. Nearly 92 yards per game receiving. But was left off the all-conference team in preseason after opting out last year. 3rd down. Bryce to the air, caught on the run by Hennigan. That's a 1st down. Nice slant route to beat the defense right there. Tackle made by Jalen Jones, but Hennigan gets his 3rd catch of the game.
Bryce basically taking what's there to him, not forcing anything.
Bryce has given them a little bit more of a dimension in the passing game than they've had the last two quarterbacks. And the last two quarterbacks they've had have been really good. But Bryce a little bit different, going for the home run and caught for the touchdown. App State, Malik Williams. And it's 13-3.
Bryce steps in there and gets a little tap from Carroll after he lets it go, but nothing bad. And on the other end, there's Williams for the catch. And now we got some words being exchanged.
Third touchdown catch of the season for Malik Williams. It goes for 33 yards.
The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. The score is good.
So a 15-yard penalty enforced on the kickoff, with the unsportsmanlike conduct call. Staten is on for the PAT. Sixth touchdown pass of the season for Bryce. Staten puts it through. It's 14-3. So a solid drive by the Mountaineers, capped by Bryce's 33-yard touchdown pass to Williams. 11-point lead for App. So with the 15-yard penalty called by or on the Panthers before the PAT, this gives a kickoff to App State at the 50-yard line. I always love this. If I was a head coach or a coordinator, I would always take this opportunity to do something, or onside, or a pop-up kick, or something like that. Let's see if App State takes advantage of this kick from the 50-yard line. No, instead they kick it all the way to the back of the end zone. I don't understand that.
Why you wouldn't at least try something?
Yeah, because it's the ball's coming out to the 25 anyway.
Right.
I would try to pop it up and create kind of a live ball situation for my kick coverage team to see if I can't produce a turnover there. But they elect not to do that. The Panthers get the ball at the 25-yard line.
What they want to see now here with 6:08 to go before halftime is a consistent drive and some points at the end. Let's see if they can get it done.
5 of 10, 60 yards, and subbing in for Granger, who was pulled after the first two series. Throwing on the move, and it's caught at the 35-yard line. That's a first down for the Panthers as McCoy gets it across the line to gain. McCoy with his fourth catch of this first half. He's got more catches in this first half and more yards in this first half than he had in the first 4 games combined.
Well, you got Quad Brown, who is very, very comfortable with he and Sam Pinckney. Great to have them out there on the field and healthy enough to go today.
And that's Destin Coates getting his first carry. I believe Coates has only 2 carries since he had that big fumble in the Charlotte game. So he's going to have to try to work himself back into the good graces of the running back rotation. He picked up 2 right there. And very interesting in that Tucker Gregg, after a career game last week against Auburn, has only 2 carries for 8 yards in this game. That's complete. Jamari Thrash out across the 50-yard line. First time we've seen the Panthers' leading receiver statistically catch the ball and run with it.
Great move to make that defender miss. Pick up more yards, the product out of Troup County.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. Quad Brown going to stand in the pocket and take a sack. And that is big Demetrius Taylor getting his first sack of the season, or first full sack of the season, I should say. And actually, it might not even go down as a sack, because as he tackled him, he threw him forward across the line of scrimmage.
There he is. Big time stop.
Whether it's a sack or not, it got the job done. 2nd down and 10. They shift the defensive line. The Panthers throw it underneath the defense and pick up a first down at the 36, as that is complete to Terrence Dixon. First catch of the game for Dixon. 5 different receivers have caught the ball now for the Panthers in this game. First and 10. Quarterback draw. And Quad Brown dives through a bevy of defenders to the 30-yard line, picks up 6 on the play.
Nice pickup there by Quad Brown. It may have actually been a design play.
Yep.
There and just delay.
Sam, the coaches kind of telegraphed to us that there could be a change in quarterback today. When we spoke to them this week, they had more evenly split the reps between the two quarterbacks in practice this week. In anticipation, there might be a change needed. That's to Pinckney. Gets outside and picks up the first down at the 20-yard line, down to the 19-yard line. So Pinckney with a couple of catches.
Great to see both Pinckney and McCoy return today with Brown back in at quarterback. So familiar with them, and that's a nice pickup. Another first down for Georgia State.
Yeah, you can see the comfort factor between this wide receiver core, McCoy and Pinckney and Brown, really starting to show in this game. Protection for Quad Brown, going to sling it out there to Destin Coates. Has 2 men to beat, can't beat either one of them, as the solo tackle made by Nick Hampton for a loss on the play.
And we got a flag.
In Destin Coates' defense, he had 2 defenders to beat and nobody blocking for it. So no flag on the play. And it's 2nd down and 14. Coates guns it to this side, and it's caught by Lewis at the 20-yard line. Robert Lewis, his 2nd catch of the season. And a timeout's going to be called.
You got 2:08 to go until halftime now. You got Georgia State moving. Quad Brown very comfortable.
Yeah. Well, they look like a different offense with Quad Brown in there. When they made the change to Darren Granger, you understood why. The offense, well, let's face it, not just the offense, the entire team was not playing well through those first 2 losses of the season. To Army and then at North Carolina, a couple of blowout losses. Something needed to be done to, kind of get the team's attention and rejuvenate the team. Granger got the start against Charlotte. That was a 20-9 win. Got the start last week. That was a 24-19 lead with under a minute to play. Ends up being a 34-24 loss at Auburn. And then today, first 2 series, you're already down 7-0. The Panthers are not generating anything on offense, certainly nothing in the passing game. And that's when the coaching staff elected to go back to Quad Brown. 3rd down and 10 now. Pockets breaking down. Brown goes to the outside. DeMarco Jackson, like a heat-seeking missile, tracks him down at the 14-yard line, brings up 4th down. Timeout called by App.
Brown goes to one side and gets kind of bottled up there and breaks out, but not enough to get that first down.
Look at the closing speed by DeMarco Jackson. I know we have spoken about him a number of times already today, but what a ball player. 9 tackles for DeMarco Jackson, 6 solo, a sack and a TFL in this first half alone. I mean, you're looking at over 15 tackles in all likelihood for DeMarco Jackson today.
He is truly a game changer.
So App State has used 2 timeouts here in this series to try to preserve some clock and get the ball back, so they'll have some time on offense. And Ruiz is on to attempt his 2nd field goal of the day. Has already hit a 23-yarder. This is a 32-yarder on the left hash. Kick is on its way. It's going to split the uprights. 32-yard kick. Second field goal for Ruiz. It's 14-6.
When it took over this possession, you wanted to have a nice sustained drive with some points. You'd rather have 6, but you take the 3. You still got 2 minutes to go until halftime.
Yeah, the Mountaineers did a really good job of managing the clock right there, using their timeouts on defense so they could get the ball back into the hands of Chase Bryce. And remember, they will get the ball to start the second half, so you're kind of doubling up on your possessions.
Right.
In your mind, best case scenario, if you're the coaching staff, you're Frank Ponce, the OC, your head coach Sean Clark, you're getting double possessions. You score twice back to back, you can put this game away early in that third quarter. That's what they're thinking.
So they may have the chance to do, and let's see what they can do here. Like you said, you got just under 2 minutes to go till halftime.
Now it'll be incumbent upon the Panthers defense that's given up 2 touchdowns today after giving up just 2 total the last 2 games, but have not played poorly. They've given up 180 yards of total offense so far today and only 55 on the ground against one of the top rushing teams in the entire conference. Came in averaging 206 on the ground. So Haynes the kickoff. Malik Williams will field it on the bounce in the end zone and picks it up even though he bobbled it. And he's going to get slung out of bounds short of the 20-yard line. So a victory for the Panthers kick coverage team right there as they keep him shy of the 25-yard line.
And that's where they're going to start this next possession with 1:50 to play here until halftime. Let's see if the Georgia State defense can find a way to slow down this offensive attack. They've been able to keep them out of the end zone except a couple of occasions today.
Chase Bryce, 14 of 19 for 125 and a touchdown pass. That was a 33-yarder to Malik Williams on their last possession. Slings it out here to Nate Noel. Got a block. And Noel flag out. That might be an illegal block.
Yeah, it was.
As Wilson makes the tackle after a short gain.
Holding. Offense, 87. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
Yeah, tight end Eli Wilson got caught.
First penalty of the day against App. They average 46.5 per game in penalty yards. There's the block that I was talking about. Indeed, it was an illegal block. It was a hold. So first and 18 with the ball at the 8. Mountaineers have held on to 1 timeout, perhaps for a field goal attempt. They got a long way to go and not getting there fast on that handoff to Noel, who struggled to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like Dante Wilson in on that tackle. Super senior out of Jefferson, Georgia High School, played for the Dragons.
Yeah. They're having a great season this year.
Got that guy Malachi Starks playing quarterback, the 3rd-rated linebacker in the country, playing quarterback for the Dragons.
He's something. He's something special.
It's fun to watch. Timeout called by Georgia State. So the Panthers thinking perhaps we can get the ball back and do something with it on offense.
Want to save some of that time. Shot at Benziel.
Yeah, he's having himself another good game. Had 8 tackles last week at Auburn. He's got 6 today, 3 solo, a sack, and a TFL. Second down and 17 with the ball on the 9. Handoff. Noel stumbles through the hole. Benziel pushes him to the ground. And now it's 3rd down. Panthers have no timeouts remaining. But a stop here gives you a chance to get the ball back, perhaps go after the punt. Now the Mountaineers are milking the clock. Still a long time to go before they got a snap at play clocks at 15. Clock down to 5. Hand off Noel again, cutting the hole and rumbles up to the 26. He's close to the first down.
Yeah, he is. And this thing, he got it.
Yeah, it was a big time game by Nate Noel right there. Again, playing without his buddy Cam Peoples today. And so now that they got the first down, the Mountaineers going to try to move it again. And Noel, 1-yard gain. 12 carries, 75 yards for Nate Noel in the first half. Averages 109 a game.
He's been able to carry it on without Peoples today. We figured we'd see both of them, but not today. Just Nate Noel. And for now, for Appalachian State, he's been enough.
They'll head to the locker room with a 14-6 lead. 33-yard touchdown pass by Chase Bryce, a 23-yard touchdown run by Nate Noel. A couple of field goals from the Panthers, Noel Ruiz, and that's our scoring, 14-6. As the teams head to the locker room in this Sun Belt opener. Halftime coming up from Center Park Stadium in just a moment. Start of the second half. You saw the series history and the 7-0 lead for App State in this series. Panthers trying to pick up their first ever win in this series here today. They trail 14-6 as we start this third quarter. The Panthers are kicking off. Malik Williams will let it go over his head, so App will start at the 25-yard line. There's a deeper look at that series. Mountaineers 3-0 here in Atlanta, including a 56-27 win over the Panthers back in 2019. Last year in Boone, 17-13 final.
It was by far the best game that Georgia State has played in the series. Was playing so well in that game in the second half. App State managed to pull it out and keep their streak alive.
Chase Bryce, 14-19 for 125, and that 33-yard touchdown pass to Malik Williams as we start this third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 25. And Castle gets the run, gets dropped for a loss. Nothing doing for Castle. That was Blake Carroll, I believe, who came up with another big tackle.
You saw a lot of blue going toward the football there.
6th tackle of the game for Carroll. And that'll be his second. Oh, they're not going to call that a TFL. They're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. So Venzial and Carroll, the two inside linebackers, have combined for 14 tackles already in this game. 2nd down and 10. Bryce with the pocket. Comes to this near side. It's caught by Hennigan. 4th catch of the game for Hennigan.
Bryce comes back, goes to one of his veteran receivers. Pretty safe route. Makes the catch.
11 of his 15 completions have gone to those super seniors. Jalen Virgil, another Atlanta kid, was one of those super seniors, has not had a catch so far in this game. Interesting that Castle gets the first 2 carries of this half for the Mountaineers. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage after Nate Noel, the leading rusher in this game. 12 carries for 74 yards and a 23-yard touchdown in that first half.
Nope. They seem to be going with Castle for the second half, at least for the first possession of the second half.
Which makes me wonder if Noel got shaken up in that first half. Castle again. Castle is going to be tackled by Dante Wilson after a short gain there for Castle. And Noel on the sideline. I don't know.
Has his helmet on. Look like he's ready to play.
No word from the App State side as to whether there had been any kind of an injury. Does not appear to be the case. 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 38. Bryce right across the middle. A drag route to Corey Sutton. Incomplete. 4th down.
If you're Sean Elliott, that's what you wanted to see to start the second half. You want to see your defense come out, get Appalachian State off the field. Don't know why they went with Anderson Castle rather than Nate Noel, who've been doing so well throughout the first half. But Georgia State gets the football here.
Sabach on to punt again. He's standing at the 23. No rush. Quavian White's going to have it hit in front of him at the 23, and that's going to be a mistake because it's going to roll dead at the 11. They got an extra 12 yards by not fielding that punt. And so the Panthers will come out on offense 89 yards away from the end zone and trailing by 8 points. 51-yard kick.
And you want to see what happens to start this possession, first possession of the second half. Can't be pleased with just 23 yards on the ground if you're an offense like Georgia State and what they've done. And their bread and butter has been the run. And let's see if they try to reestablish it here and start second half.
Yeah, I think the Panthers knew, however, that they were going to have to throw the ball today against this very stubborn App State defense that gives up only 113 per game on the ground. I think that's been reflective in the play calling and the game plan. And Pinckney trying to set up a screen. That got blown up right away by the cornerback, Stephen Jones. Lost a yard on the play. Stephen Jones, Jr. out of Rockingham. Placing Shamar John Charles at that cornerback position. He's now a rookie with the Green Bay Packers. 2nd down and 11. Play action. Quad Brown throws in a tight space, complete to Pinckney. Pinckney still on his feet all the way up to the 34-yard line.
My goodness. Can you tell he's missed it?
4th catch of the game for Pinckney.
This guy's been forced to watch from the sideline and has been slowed throughout this season so far. Shakes one defender. Here's 2. Here's 3.
Well, that was Stephen Jones who made the tackle on the previous play. He went for the pick instead. Play action, complete. Up to the 50-yard line. Terrence Dixon, he was an eyelash away from breaking that tackle and going further. Dixon with his 2nd catch of the game. Panthers offense on the move. 1st and 10 from the 50. And Quad Brown right up the middle. Lunges forward. Picks up 5 on the play. That was Jordan Earl, the nose tackle, making the tackle.
You can see the things that offensive coordinator Brad Glenn can do with Quad Brown. Opens things up for this offense.
On 2nd and 5, Quad Brown looks to the far sideline, points downfield, runs to the sticks, and steps out of bounds, but I think he got the 1st down at the 40.
That's just using his smarts, maturity, know where the down marker is.
Looks like he got a generous spot. I thought he stepped out before the 40. Right up the middle, Jamias Williams and a 1st down. Biggest run of the day for the Panthers. Tackled downfield by Caden Smith. The battle will move the sticks again.
That's what the balance is doing for you, Matt. You get the passing game to open up things for the run.
13th 1st down of the game for the Panthers. Jamias Williams gets it again. He gets 3 on the play. Stopped at the 25. Cobb and Smith in on that tackle for the Mountaineers. On a day the Panthers on their offensive line, Shamarius Gilmore had his streak of 51 consecutive starts stopped today. Couldn't go because of his ankle injury. Up top, lob downfield, attempted at a one-handed catch, and will have interference on the Mountaineers. They're trying to get it to Roger Carter, who tried to reach behind the defender and make a one-handed catch, and there was contact as he was trying to reach back.
Defensive. Pass interference. Number 52. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
DeMarco Jackson, who's done just about everything right except for that today for the Mountaineers defense.
He's human after all.
Commits the infraction.
Watch for 52. He's all over him and bumps and makes contact with him. And he knew it.
That will advance the ball to the 10. First and goal to go for the Panthers from there. Trying to get their first touchdown of the day. Quan Brown going to run it, gets stopped right away. There was nothing doing for him there. Jalen McLeod, sophomore out of Laurel, Maryland, with 10 tackles on the season, making the stop.
Watch the offensive line. You mentioned 75 Gilmore. I'm seeing him out there right now. He's going into the game.
He is out there, yeah. He didn't start. At least that's, I don't think he started, but he's back out there. Yep, he is number 75. Pass complete to Dixon. Man to beat. Hopped over his man. And down to the 5-yard line. Olympic hurdle over Nick Ross, the strong safety.
We've seen that in this stadium before. We were at Olympics here. Here he is. Let's see. Up and over. You kidding me?
3rd down and 5. Panthers have been down in the red zone a couple of times in this game and failed to punch it in. Quad Brown being chased, got to get rid of it, does, throws it out of bounds. It'll be another field goal attempt likely coming up for the Panthers here. Sean Elliott doesn't waste any time. He summons the kick team onto the field.
And while you want 6, you want the points. You know, you're still in the 3rd quarter. You got time. Your offense is showing that they can move. This has been a great possession. You had great balance in this offense in this time. That's what you wanted coming out of the locker room.
23-yard kick from the right hash. He's already nailed a 23-yarder today. Also has a 32-yarder. A little bit of a tight angle right there. And he puts through. So Noel Ruiz continued to be money for the Panthers. 14-9 as the Panthers cut the App State lead to 5. Panthers looking for their 2nd win of the season, 1-3 after a 4-game schedule start of North Carolina, Auburn, Army, and Charlotte. Combined record of 12-4. Throw in App State. Combined record of 15-5 from their first 5 opponents this season. They've cut the App State lead to 5 with a 3rd field goal, 14th in a row by Noel Ruiz. Malik Williams will take it out. And he gets stopped shy of the 21. So interesting, that's the 2nd time we've seen Malik Williams bring it out of the end zone rather than take the easy at the 25-yard line, and both times he's come up short of the 25.
Yeah, 35 Keon Carter on special teams down there quickly to make that stop. And now all of a sudden things have gotten a little difficult for this Appalachian State offense, who's going with their 3rd running back of the day, man.
You see Chase Bryce, 15 of 21. That's Jameer Smith, the transfer from Notre Dame, in there. Bryce goes up top, caught in stride. Corey Sutton races to the end zone. Touchdown, App State.
And that's what we mentioned at the very top, the fact that Bryce has a deep, experienced, and talented group of wide receivers. And this guy kind of leads the parade.
Corey Sutton, 79-yard touchdown strike from Bryce, who threw Sutton open. He ran right under it. And it is 20-9 pending the PAT by Staten. 21-9, and App State 3 touchdowns. Georgia State 3 field goals. That adds up well for the Mountaineers in an 11-point lead. So App State with the 79-yard touchdown pass from Chase Bryce to Corey Sutton, now leading 21-9. And the kickoff by Hughes goes into the end zone. The Panthers will bring it out to the 25-yard line, go back on offense. So after putting together a 54-yard drive, getting 3 points out of it, the Mountaineers erased it very quickly on one play.
They really did. And we talked about the third running back in the game, but didn't have to use him. He went through the experience and the talent, the wide receiving core.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. Hand off to Tucker Gregg, runs into Trey Cobb and T.D. Roof, son of Ted Roof. See number 2, Corey Sutton, back in the conference, opted out last year, recovering from an ACL injury, and he got left off the preseason Sun Belt team. And Coach Sean Clark says, yeah, I told him before the season started, everybody's forgotten about you. It's inspired him. He's got over 30 catches this year, and he's just got his 3rd touchdown catch of the year. Pass complete to Jamias Williams, streaking down the sideline, makes a cut back, and still on his feet, and finally spun out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Somehow was able to negotiate the interference by the defense over there, not the pass interference, and got around them all and got a big gain on the play.
That's what you want to see when Jamias Williams in open field, making a miss and a big gain, yards after the catch.
Yeah, they ruled that he stepped out way back here at the 46-yard line, but still a 1st down on the play. Quad Brown throws and nearly intercepted, trying to get the ball to Pinckney. That was McLeod, the linebacker, who stepped in front of it. 2nd down and 10. Yeah,
Brown with a lot of time that time. The offensive line gave him some time and didn't have to rush. Threw it out there and able to get it.
So 2nd and 10 from the 46. Off the hands of Dixon, incomplete, 3rd down.
So now you put yourself in a 3rd down position where you have to convert. You wanted to have completed one of those first 2 attempts. And for now, it seems like that's what they're choosing to do rather than even attempt the run.
Panthers 2 of 8 on their 3rd downs today. They're 36% on the season. Mountaineers are 32% on their 3rd downs defensively. Very good. Heavy rush. Brown got hit as he throws, and he's intercepted at the 35-yard line. So Brown got leveled on the throw. And it's picked off by Tim Frizzell, who's back in the lineup for the first time since the opening game of the season. Heavy rush, contact with Quad Brown, intercepted by Tim Frizzell, the super senior out of Knoxville, who had been injured since the opening game of the season. Gets back in there today and gets a pick.
Yeah, 29 Brendan Harrington was coming up and bringing the pressure. And Brown got a little hit on him and affected that pass. And now App State's back in business.
That's the 2nd interception thrown by Panthers quarterbacks today. Granger threw one on the opening possession. That led to a score. Right up the middle, Jameer Smith with his 1st carry of the season. Grad transfer from Notre Dame.
He's kind of sitting 4 on the depth chart for running back, but he shows he's very capable if you give him the opportunity.
Yeah, we've seen this App State program before. They clone running backs. They just keep them coming. Last year they had 4 running backs with over 500 yards rushing. It's just what they do. 1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Jameer Smith gets it again. Goes through 2 tackles. Gets stopped at the 31-yard line by Jashawn Taylor. You see, App State has been ranked among the top 25 rushing teams in the country all 7 of their FBS seasons. And as I mentioned, they had 4 500-yard rushers last year. You know how hard that is to do in this day and age? Just doesn't happen. 2nd down. Pocket for Bryce, going for the home run, and broken up by Quavian White at the goal line. That was Christian Horn, the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
Quay White playing excellent defense with him stride for stride. Knocked that one away. Here's another look at it. Watch for number 20 in blue. Reaches up right as the ball gets there. Great defensive play.
3rd down. App 7 for 11 on their 3rd downs today. Line to gain is the 25. They set up the screen and it's incomplete. Jameer Smith couldn't hold on to it because Blake Carroll was there to blow up the play. It's 4th down.
Blake Carroll sniffed that one out from the very beginning. Worked his way in there to make the stop. Pass was incomplete. Was not fooled.
And now one of the best kickers in the conference is on to try to extend the lead. Staten, this is going to be a 48-yard attempt. His long this season, 45, came against Elon. Kick is on its way, and that kick is going to be good. 48 yards. Chandler Staten and the Mountaineers have extended their lead to 24-9. 15-point advantage with under 6 to play here in the 3rd. Appalachian State, 28 road wins, tied for 3rd nationally since joining FBS in 2014. Only Boise State and Clemson have won more road games, and they're going for number 29 here today and leading by 15 points with 20 minutes to play.
That's a very telling stat about this program.
Fair catch is called for and made at the 4-yard line, and the Panthers continue without a kick return yard this season. I mean, you know, you do the math. App State has returned several kicks today, not gotten back to the 25, and when you can fair catch and take the ball at the 25, the analytics will show you that your chances of scoring starting at the 75 yards away as opposed to 80 yards away improve significantly. It would not seem like it would be that great a number. But when you can move that ball off the 20, the numbers start going up for your offense. Let's see if the Panthers can get the ball in the end zone. They have not been able to do that today against this very good App State defense as Trey Cobb steps in front of the pass intended for Aubrey Payne.
That's what you want to see them go and use the tight ends a little bit more. And no success that time. Defender standing right there to knock the ball away.
Panthers have gotten more in the pass game today than they had the last 2 weeks, but they have not been able to translate that into points. 2nd down and 10. Looked like a missed RPO read right there. Destin Coates. And you see them talking about it now. Coates was thinking that Quad Brown was going to keep it. Quad Brown was thinking Coates was going to take it. Loss of yardage, 3rd and 11. Heavy rush. Brown throws and picked off at the 38-yard line by DeMarco Jackson. And then he fumbles the ball. The Panthers on top of it at the 31. The Panthers get it right back. Right guard Pat Bartlett was down there trying to make a tackle on Jackson. Was right place, right time after DeMarco Jackson fumbled the ball.
Watch this play. Stephen Jones sticks his hand in there, tips it up into the air, and who else but Jackson is there to haul it in? He said, I got the ball. Let's make a play here.
Let's see if he got stripped. Yep.
Robert Lewis knocked it loose.
So the Panthers get it back after the interception thrown by Quad Brown. Fortuitous turn of events. Right there is Pat Bartlett making his 33rd consecutive start at right guard today. Was able to recover the fumble. So 1st and 10 from the 31. Cradle was not open this time. Brown throws it away.
He almost knocked over the water coolers. I mean, he was only looking for that one thing, obviously. He didn't look anywhere else on the field, and when it wasn't there, just threw it away.
Brown is 3 of 9 passing with 2 interceptions here in the 3rd quarter. Panthers still with only 223 yards of offense today. App's done a good number on them. There's the keeper right there by Destin Coates. His 2nd carry of the ball game. Only 48 yards rushing for the Panthers today on 23 attempts. They were averaging 198.5 per game after rushing for 298 against Charlotte and 267 against Auburn. It's been a different story against this Mountaineers defense today. Across the middle, nowhere close. Lewis was the target, but there were 4 App State jerseys around him.
A lot of white jerseys around there for that particular pass, and Quad was going to try to force it in there.
So Haynes is on to punt again. 3 punts for an average of 38, a long of 48, 2 inside the 20 today. Shaky kick is recovered or caught, pardon me, by Hennigan at the 24-yard line, and that's where the Mountaineers go on offense.
So if you're Georgia State, your defense has to come out and do something good for you to get the ball back once again. My goodness.
Yeah, well, the Mountaineers outscoring the Panthers 10-3 in this quarter, now in position that if they can put together a long drive, they can almost put this game away. Jameer Smith got 4 on the play.
Thomas Gore in on the stop for Georgia State. One of the guys that play at the nose, kind of switch those guys out with Akeem Smith and Dante Wilson.
Jameer Smith. We've seen Smith and Castle carry the ball here, and no Nate Noel after he went for 12 carries, 74 yards in that first half.
Have not seen Noel in the second half of this game.
Third down and 4. Bryce with the pocket, goes up top over on the far sideline and incomplete, trying to get the ball to Sutton. And there's a flag down at the 31-yard line.
90. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. 1st and 10.
Wow.
Offside.
What a bailout for the Mountaineers as the Panthers offside on a 3rd and 5. They got the stop, they got the incompletion, and now they give them a new first down with the penalty.
That's on Hardrick Willis, who's one of your stalwarts up front. A great pass rusher in the conference a season ago.
So 1st and 10. Jameer Smith again runs right into the defense. Blake Carroll stonewalling him at the line of scrimmage. Carroll 9 tackles today, a couple of solos and a TFL.
He's been battling.
2nd down and 8. Clock under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bryce in the middle. That's complete. Malik Williams, 1st down at the 45. Williams with his team leading 5th catch of the day. That goes for 17 yards.
34 in the coverage there. Lane holds on to him so he doesn't get away.
They go right back to Malik Williams with a blocker, splits the defense, gets down to the 31. .31 yards in receiving for Malik Williams on back-to-back plays. Now App starting to move quickly as the clock approaches 2 to play in the quarter.
Yep. Got Castle back in.
And I think the Panthers burn a timeout here to try to slow down the App State offense that had up-tempoed them. And this is a really big possession for App State. And we get word now from Appalachian State that Noel is injured, and that's why he's not played here in the 2nd half.
Okay. So we've only seen Smith and Castle for the run game.
Yeah, we did not put it this way. There was no injury event with Nate Noel in the 1st half. There was no play where he was down on the ground, had to be helped off the field. 12 carries, 74 yards, and a 23-yard touchdown for the Sun Belt Conference's leading rusher in that 1st half. But they've been able to piece it together with Castle and Smith in the passing game here in the 3rd quarter. That means the top 2 running backs in the Sun Belt for App State here. Going to run a trick play. Malik Williams Bryce is out for the pass and got leveled trying to catch it. Panthers did not get fooled on the play.
And he is down. He's hurt. He got a hit from Chris Moore. I don't know if the official's going to take another look at that. Watch where the forearm is on that thing.
I don't see a flag. You can see the coaches on the staff over there for App State, and they're out on the field. They wanted a targeting call. And I don't believe that was targeting. We can take a look at it again. He was defenseless.
Well, he was defenseless, but I don't think it was targeting.
I don't know. What's the definition of defenseless? He's trying to catch the pass. I mean, yeah, I don't know. They didn't drop a flag on it.
No.
And it was an upper body shot. It was not a shot to the helmet. It was but they are going to review it for targeting, even though there was not a flag dropped on the field. It was an upper body shot. Was there contact with the helmets? He didn't lead with the helmet, led with his arm, his forearm.
He's going to go to the.
I mean, hard to call that a defenseless receiver. He's trying to catch the ball. I mean, every receiver's defenseless if that's the definition when you're trying to catch the ball. Right. He's just trying to make a hit and separate him from the ball. But we'll check and see what the officials come up with here.
Okay.
So targeting is what they're looking at here.
Meanwhile, Jacob Huseman is getting some throws in and getting loosened up.
Yeah, he's got to be the next man in.
Chase Bryce got up and walked on his own power. He's inside that tent that they have set up there. They're looking him over. I'm sure they're asking him appropriate questions and see if he's giving them the right answers. And
Chris Moore is the one that applied the hit.
And we talked about him with the coaches, being one of the veterans, having transferred in from Virginia, that he has really been playing great of late for this team.
Had a huge game against Auburn, 6 tackles, 2.5 for loss, quarterback sack. Looks like they've reached a decision.
After further review, the booth initiated targeting. Georgia State number 28 player is disqualified for targeting. The ball be placed 15 yards from the 31-yard line, automatic first down.
You can speak. Wow.
You see Sean Elliott shaking his head. I thought it was just an upper body shot, not a shot to the helmet. The officials saw it otherwise.
I think we get into if the player is defenseless. I think that's the other part.
Yeah, well, on that replay, looks like there probably was contact helmet to helmet right there. And Chris Moore will no longer be able to play today, and that gives App a first down at the 16-yard line. I can't argue with the call after watching it on replay. Looks like they got it right. Huseman now in there at quarterback. 1st and 10. Handoff Castle. And Castle gets 2 on the play, down to the 14. So App trying to win this Sun Belt opener without the top 2 rushing running backs in the conference. Both of them hurt. Peoples never played today. Noel has not played in the second half. And now their starting quarterback is on the sideline too.
Keeping an eye on the tent to see when he emerges from it. He's still inside there. He hasn't come out yet.
2nd down and 8. Ball at the 14-yard line. Jacob Huseman, super senior out of Bradenton, Florida. He's only 3 or 4 passing for the year. He's not had to be called on for much duty. Castle crashes down to the 8-yard line. Second effort by Castle, picks up 6 on the play. And now it's going to be 3rd down and short with just under 1:15 to play in the quarter.
All right, he's back out. There's Bryce. He's out from the tent, and it looks like he may return.
So 3rd down, ball at the 9. Line to gain is the 6. Castle gets the rock again, gets the first down. Spin move by Castle. Strong running for the Boone native, who had only 6 carries for 29 yards the entire season coming into the game. That was carry number 10 for him today.
And he was just spinning off the defenders, doing just enough to fall forward and get that first down.
So 1st and goal to go. And I believe App's going to let the clock run out here if they can, and take this to the 4th quarter.
Game clock is right along with the play clock here.
I don't know that they can let it run out. It was close. You don't want to take a penalty there, but they were able to negotiate and manage the clock to run it all the way down to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Appalachian State.
No, they had to burn a timeout.
Of the second half, 30-second timeout.
Yeah, that's interesting that they did that. And maybe that's to get Chase Bryce back in here for this play. I don't know. But to burn a timeout there with basically 1 second left in the 3rd quarter. That'll leave them with 2 going into the 4th quarter. And it looks like Bryce is coming back in. Looks like they got the pumping up the air inside that helmet, and he's going back in.
Yeah,
no, he's not.
He's not?
No, he's not going back in. Huseman's still out there. So 1st and goal to go. 1 second to play in the 3rd quarter from the 5-yard line. Huseman going to throw it. There's the tight end. That's a touchdown. Touchdown, Appalachian State. 5-yard touchdown pass from Jacob Huseman to Miller Gibbs. And that is a big score for App State on the final play of the third quarter to make it 30-9.
Big when you consider what it means for the game, but also big when you consider who they've had to do it without their top 2 running backs and without their starting quarterback. And yet they're still able to press forward and get this touchdown.
So 30-9 as App State really turns up the pressure on this Georgia State offense going into the fourth quarter. And it is a 22-point lead for App State heading to the final 15 minutes. 10 plays, 75 yards. Huseman to Gibbs. App State increases their lead as we head to the fourth. App State now 15 minutes away from improving to 8-0 all-time against Georgia State, building a 31-9 lead on a touchdown on the final play of the third quarter. Now the Panthers offense under extreme pressure here, down 3 scores in 15 minutes. I mean, you're probably only getting maximum 3 possessions in the final quarter. So the Panthers under pressure to score every time they get the ball from here on out. And that'll bring the ball out to the 25-yard line as the kick goes into the end zone.
And that's a difficult thing, a very tricky thing. You want to go out and do something. You obviously at this point, do you want to go up top and do something, try to go vertical and try to make something happen quickly? Well,
obviously App State knows that's exactly what you want to do, which makes it extremely difficult to do. So here's Quad Brown, 16 for 29 for 171 and a couple of interceptions today. Panthers will keep it on the ground to start the quarter. Jamias Williams with a big gainer up across the 40-yard line. Ronald Clark making the tackle for App State, but a good opening play for the Panthers on this first possession of the fourth quarter.
That's a good start. Now, how do you follow it up?
That at least keeps the defense honest a little bit. You'll give it to Jamias Williams again, and this time stone cold stop right in the hole.
40, Logan Doble in there with a stop. Nice solo stop.
Senior out of Clearwater, Florida, just his 3rd tackle of the year.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about.
Brown through the hands of Pinckney. And now it's 3rd down and 9. Probably in quote-unquote 4-down territory for the rest of the game, regardless of where you are on the field.
You'd almost have to be right now.
Rush is coming. Brown holds on to it too long. Can't find a man. Quarterback sacked by Nick Hampton.
And you're right. Quad Brown just hung on to it too long. There's another look. 31 misses him. Stakes around. Stays after it. And gets the takedown.
4th sack of the day for this Mountaineers defense. Gives them 15 on the season. And the Panthers have given up only 8 sacks in their first 4 games, 4 here today. So a big number. And now the Panthers will punt it away. Goes over Hennigan's head, hits inside the 10, kicks into the end zone. 3rd touchback of the season for Michael Haynes. And so the Mountaineers will bring it out to the 20-yard line and likely will do their best to drain a lot of clock right here. Looks like Chase Bryce is coming back out to run the offense after he had gotten injured on the previous series. Jacob Huseman in relief through the touchdown pass. Chase Bryce back in his hometown. Started Grayson High School. Started his career playing for his uncle Mickey Kahn, who's now on Dabo Swinney's coaching staff at Clemson. And that's kind of how Chase Bryce ended up at Clemson to begin with. Down the sideline, that's going to go. Long touchdown. Christian Wells. A very benign looking play from the start, but made one man miss and no one caught him. 80 yards. And App State has blown the game open.
And he just walks that tightrope and takes it all the way in for the score. Here's another look at it. Gets it out there quickly.
That's the block that you needed right there from Milan Tucker. And two Panthers missed him on the sideline, and forget about it.
That was two of your top Panther defenders there in Carroll and Lane. And he ran right by and ran away from both of them.
And what was a 14-6 score at halftime has turned into a 38-9 lead as App State has outscored Georgia State 24-3 here in the second half. Goodbye. App State now 38-9 lead on the Panthers. This will be their 50th conference win since joining the Sun Belt in 2014. Will improve to 50-9 since joining the league. Took that FCS success that they enjoyed at the previous level, 3 national championships,
right,
20 NCAA FCS playoff appearances, and they have continued that here in FBS. They have gone 6-0 in bowl games since they got to this level too.
Obviously they were ready.
Yeah, this will be a big first step for App State as they try to regain Sun Belt Conference supremacy. They'll have to go through Coastal Carolina to win the East. Coastal, of course, burst onto the scene last year as the Cinderella story in the conference and the nation. Coastal a 38-6 lead on ULM right now at the end of the third quarter. So Coastal going to get the conference win. Troy trailing South Carolina 10-7. That's in the second quarter. Quad Brown goes down.
Ball deflected away. When you talk about Appalachian State, you look at their schedule. Their next 2 games are very key games because the teams usually meet at the end or in the conference championship game. They got Louisiana on the road and then Coastal Carolina, but they got Coastal Carolina at home at least.
The other conference game in progress right now in Kevin Whitley's debut as the interim head coach at Georgia Southern. The Eagles have a 10-3 lead on Arkansas State with a minute to play in the first quarter. So Kevin Whitley, the former Eagles All-American, played under Irk Russell, became a very successful high school football coach here in the Atlanta area at Creekside and then Stockbridge, getting his chance to be a college head coach, and he's at least through the first 15 minutes on top.
Yep. And I communicated with him this week. I said, hey, I'm excited for you. I know you're an alum, and through a very difficult situation there, you get an opportunity. So he's pretty excited. On
4th down and 1, doesn't look like the Panthers got it. At least the Mountaineers don't think so.
And that was Marcus Carroll. That's the 4th running back Georgia State has used today.
And the ball goes over on downs. So if there was ever any doubt as at this point who was going to win this game today, ball goes over on downs and the Mountaineers take over at the 34-yard line with 12 minutes to play. Sean Elliott knows all about that App State program. He was a part of it, part of the 3 national championship teams as an assistant coach. Played there under Jerry Moore, teammate of Sean Clark, and won't beat him today. Handoff goes to Castle. He gashes the defense down to the 21.
And you know how badly Sean Elliott wants to win this game. Obviously he wants to win because he wants the team to win the game. but because of Appalachian State and so much of it he's tried to duplicate and bring to this program here at Georgia State. The toughness, the physicality, especially establishing the offensive line and giving Georgia State a reputation for the run.
Well, it's important in so many ways. Just outside of the bottom line result, a win in the conference. But in order to compete for a conference championship, any team, you got to be able to compete with App State. You got to be able to beat them, and the Panthers will fall to 0-8 all time against this team in the conference. So App State's a team being in the same division. Georgia State's got to be able to beat them to ultimately become a contender for the championship.
And also the thing we talked about so much with this Appalachian State team, the players from Georgia were on that team. That also means something in that regard too, Matt.
And I think the thing that's kind of humbling for Georgia State right now is you look at that scoreboard, and that kind of tells you how far the Panthers still have to go. Second down, Castle right up the middle, and touchdown App State as Anderson Castle takes it in. 44-9.
Here it is right up the middle. Gone.
This thing got ugly in the second half. It was 14-6 at halftime. And they have now outscored the Panthers, pending the PAT, 30-3 in the third and fourth quarters. 45-9, App State in command. They will open conference play with a big win here in Atlanta today. Anderson Castle takes it in from 22 yards out. He pulled away from Georgia State here in the second half. 31-3. They've outscored the Panthers. It's been 31 unanswered points. Panthers cut it to 14-9 with a Ruiz field goal 7 minutes into the third quarter, but it has been all App since then. 79-yard touchdown pass to Corey Sutton. 80-yard touchdown pass to Wells. 22-yard touchdown run by Castle. And the route is on. Granger going back in there at quarterback. Handoff Marcus Carroll.
Area product out of Hayfield Charter.
Yep. Tackled by another area pod, Nick Ross out of Kell High School. Screen pass, trying to set that up. Short gainer right there. That was Jacob Freeman, the redshirt freshman out of Callaway. And LaGrange, his first career catch. So you can see Panthers getting a little bit deeper in their reserves here, giving some guys a chance to play now that this game is out of hand. And trying to figure out who can help. I think when you have a game like this, next week in practice, it's all hands on deck, you know. We got to figure out who's going to play these positions, and first and foremost, the quarterback position for Georgia State. They've got themselves quite a quandary right now.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And we'll watch and see what happens there this week. It's the most talented quarterback room this program has had in its history. 3 guys. We just got to get the right ones.
Third down, and Granger running option. Pitches to Carroll, and he goes out of bounds shy of the sticks at the 43. Bring up fourth down and short. We'll see what the Panthers do.
You got one that really excels at the run. Another who can throw, but inconsistent. That Dan Ellington is a tough act to follow, man.
There's no doubt about it. He's now the running backs coach for the Panthers. Running option on 4th down, and Granger going to take a loss. Ball's going to go over on downs. Logan Dublin making the most of his playing opportunity here in the second half. He's been on a number of big stops for the Mountaineers. And for the second consecutive possession, the Panthers come up short on 4th down on this side of the 50.
Man. Nice guy making the most of his opportunities. Having a big game here today.
Yeah, Dublin in limited playing time had only 2 tackles for the entire season. He's had 3 here in the second half alone, and a couple for loss as well. Let's see if they stick with Chase Bryce at quarterback. Looks like Jacob Huseman's going to come in and finish this game off as he takes over at the 41. Jameer Smith runs it down to the 34. Panthers tackler Zach Dixon loses his helmet, so he's got to come off the field.
It'll be an interesting week of practice for the Georgia State team next week. They got Louisiana Monroe coming up next.
Yeah, Warhawks are being beaten badly at Coastal Carolina today. Jameer Smith tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That was Dennis, the first guy to hit him. Then Quavian White finished it up. Lost a couple of yards on the play. 3rd down now. And our best out to Rhett Rodriguez, the quarterback, son of the offensive coordinator there.
Right.
At ULM. He was in the hospital this week after the injuries he suffered in their victory over Troy. We wish him a speedy recovery so he can get back out and play again.
Yeah, yes, we do.
3rd down and 5. Huseman going to try to run for the 1st down, and he gets there, the 31. And Dixon, I think we might have another targeting opportunity coming up right here. Dixon lost his helmet for the 2nd straight tackle, but I think we might have a targeting review coming up here. Maybe. Looked like Dixon might have led in there with the helmet.
He had one earlier. We saw Chris Moore get ejected from the game. Georgia State,
but maybe not. Still waiting to get the call.
Personal foul, face mask, offense number 8. 15 yards from the end of the run, remain 3rd down.
Are they saying the quarterback committed the face mask?
They said 8.
That's the first time I've ever seen a quarterback called for face mask in my life.
I think his hand was coming, his free hand came back. I'm looking at a replay here. Watch the left hand just happens to reach out and grab and it gets the face mask.
Yeah, right there. Well, you're right.
Yeah.
He pulled Dixon's helmet off.
I don't know if he's trying to get something just to brace the fall or whatever. And
on the further review.
So this is going to be reviewed. Well, you just saw a replay right there that was pretty clear that he grabbed the face mask of Zach Dixon. So this should be a short review, I would think.
Incidental. I don't think it was anything.
Correction. The previous plays on the further review for targeting by number 32 of the defense.
That's what I said initially, and I was surprised that they didn't look at that right off the bat, because in live time it certainly looked like to me that there would be the possibility for a targeting call on that play, because Dixon, who had his helmet taken off by Huseman, looked to me like he had led with the crown of the helmet. Let's see. Now watch Dixon 32 come in there right here. Yeah, he's going to get targeted. He led with the crown of the helmet. There was helmet to helmet contact. I mean, that to me, that's more of targeting than the call that got Chris Moore out of the game earlier in this half.
Yeah. Well, that one's obvious, the helmet. With Chris Moore, I just think the fact that at the time, Chase Bryce was a little defenseless.
Yeah, and I think it was in that, going back to that one, I think it was an upper body shot, and because the movement of the two players simultaneously, the helmets ended up having contact. In that case, that was a leading with the crown of the helmet, I think. So I think Zach Dixon might not be long for this game.
After further review, Booth initiated is confirmed targeting by number 32 of the defense. Number 32 is disqualified from the game. The penalties for the face mask by the offense and the targeting by the defense offset. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
So Dixon becomes the second Panther to be ejected for the targeting call. And they got this one right. You just can't leave with the helmet.
Nope.
They're trying to legislate that hit out of the game, not just for the offensive players' protection, but also for the defensive players' protection.
Very much. Very much.
I think, and not to get on a soapbox here with targeting, but they're going to have to go back and modify that rule to also include the offensive players who lower their helmet on a run.
Yeah.
And that was not the case with Huseman right here. This is a separate soapbox issue that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Just based on, you know, what we've seen this season. But if the defensive player can't lower his helmet and use it, then the offensive player should not be allowed to do that too. So I think that might be, and hopefully it will be, something that the Rules Committee is going to go back and take a look at to totally get the usage of the helmet out of the game offensively and defensively.
And defensively, yeah.
Subach on to punt again. End over end kick that's going to hit at the 5 and downed at the 1. Executed nicely by the Mountaineers special teams.
Doing it all.
Panthers will go back on offense after this timeout. One-yard line with 7.5 minutes to play in this game. No touchdown scored by the Georgia State offense today.
Good tackle, Dante.
And Carroll on the carry. He's pretty much gotten the bulk of the work here in the second half since the game has been out of reach. The Panthers' leading rusher today, Jamias Williams, 8 carries, 41 yards. Tucker Gregg, one game after going for 150 on 12 carries, just 3 carries today and 10 yards.
It makes you wonder, you know, people will see this score and say, what happened to the guys that had Auburn beaten to the last minute of the game last week?
It will no doubt be confounding, but I think it also speaks highly of App State. And I think we kind of live in a world in college football still today, seems to be modifying a little bit. Attitudes are starting to change a little bit, where we just naturally assume that Auburn from the SEC is better than App from the Sun Belt. I don't believe that's the case. I think App's is certainly as good, or if not better, than Auburn. But you're right. People are going to look at that and say, well, how did the team almost beat Auburn and get blown out by App? Well, App's got a lot to do with that.
They do. They do. They do.
It'll be interesting to see if they climb back into the top 25 this week at 4-1. They were on the cusp of that, receiving some votes this past week. Of course, Coastal is already in the top 25. Louisiana has been ranked in the top 25.
It speaks about this conference. It
No doubt.
really does. It really does. And how this conference really took advantage of the opportunity to play when the other conferences delayed the start of their schedules going back to last season.
No, I believe that the Sun Belt has ascended to a level on the pitch play here coming. Panthers starting to get some deeper reserves in there. That was Talik Williams, number 16. Yeah, and I think it speaks to this is what I believe. I believe the Sun Belt has ascended to the place where they are the second best group of 5 conference behind the American. And they may, and I think there is an opportunity right there as Granger. I believe there's an opportunity for the Sun Belt with the defections of 3 teams, 3 really good teams from the American. We wait to see how the American responds,
right,
because they've got to go pick up some teams. But I think there's an opportunity for the Sun Belt to emerge out of this next round of realignment and expansion as maybe the best group of 5 conference in America. Granger going deep and incomplete.
Got a flag down there.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the bowl record every year. Sun Belt has the best bowl records out of the groups of 5. They're right up there with the best Power 5 as far as success in bowl games. You look at what they've been able to do in the regular season, certainly against peer conferences and even against Power 5 conferences in the wins they've been able to get.
Offsides, defense, number 10, in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
And I think also going back to the last round of expansion, back when Georgia State came into the league and South Alabama and Texas State, there was a time where the bottom of this Sun Belt Conference was really bad. And that's not the case anymore. You got ULM down there, and of course they picked up a win last week for Coach Terry Bowden. They're getting beat bad today by Coastal. That is going to happen. But I think top to bottom, the conference is so much more competitive. And then at the top, you've got the 3 teams. I don't think we're breaking any news here with Coastal, Louisiana, and App State.
Right.
You got 3 teams that are a cut above everybody else. Everybody else in the conference has to prove that they can play with those guys.
They are there. Now, they're the guys down the road from us here in Statesboro who for a time were up in that area. They've dropped down right now. I know some people down there are concerned and want to see them return to the top of the conference.
Ball is fumbled on the pitch to Williams, and Granger is able to get on top of that. Of course, they're kind of at a crossroads. We're kind of rifting here on the Sun Belt Conference right now.
Yeah.
This game's out of reach. But they're kind of at a crossroads right now. They've got to decide what they're going to do as a program. They're making a coaching change. They've already made a coaching change. There will be another at the end of the season. They've already announced they're making a national coaching search. Do they stick with what has been their traditional offense, the option? They're not even running triple option anymore. Do they go back towards the triple option? Do they stick with kind of what they're doing right now with the spread option? Or do they throw that all away and say, okay, we're going to be more like everybody else and get to a spread off?
And that's the thing that's always made Georgia Southern different, and everybody took such pride in it.
Yeah, but it's been 22 years since they won an FCS championship. 21 years. This is, the last one was in 2000. Time has passed. They're not even playing that level of football anymore. They've moved up. So, I mean, I'm not advocating one way or the other what they should do. This is what they're facing.
Right.
Jared Benko, their new AD, national coaching search. They've got a lot of questions they've got to answer on which direction they want to go as they decide which head coach they're going to choose.
Personal foul, illegal, blindside block, offense number 9. 15 yards from the previous spot, remain first down.
So Jacob Freeman is called for the blindside block. Kind of on the subject of the targeting. This is another thing that when we were coming along, you got helmet stickers for this play. Now it's a penalty. You got pats on the back. They rewound this and watched it over and over and over again in film study. Now you're not supposed to do it anymore. Caught by Talik Williams and a touchdown for the Panthers. So how about that?
Pine Mountain, Georgia.
And Granger, pretty ball right there, and Williams just raced by the defense, and the Panthers finally get a touchdown today. Ruiz makes it 45-16. Darren Granger, 66 yards to Talik Williams. First touchdown catch of that young man's career. He'll remember this day. 46. 45-16. Finally get it in the end zone on the 68-yard touchdown pass from Granger to Talik Williams. Now App State will go back on offense, perhaps for the final time today, as we're down to less than 4 minutes to go in this one. App State got the big showdown with the Ragin' Cajuns coming up 2 Tuesday nights from now at the Rock, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN2. And then you got Coastal 8 days later, so the destiny of the App State season will be decided fairly early in the month of October, back-to-back.
Will be. Those are crucial matchups and big ones as far as conference championship implications. All games got their challenges, but to have those two in October with so much more football left to play.
And let me take that back. I said that game was at the Rock. That game is actually going to be at Cajun Field, and it is still a 7:30 Eastern time start. They're starting at 6:30 Central time out there in Lafayette, and then they get Coastal at the Rock. Those will be 2 midweek games. You were talking about it earlier. The game against Louisiana is a Tuesday night game, and then you come back and you play on Wednesday night the following week against Coastal Carolina.
We asked Coach Clark about that. He said, you know, he at least he says that he likes it, and it allows his other coaches a chance to be dads and spend time with their families. Friday nights he can go out and do some recruiting in person and go out and see some games. So he says there are some advantages to it, but really upheaval in the schedule and what you normally do.
To get the conference maximum national TV exposure. Pass is thrown complete. Deshaun Davis with his second catch of the season. Hughesman in there at quarterback. Came in relief initially of the injured Chase Bryce, and then once the game got fully out of hand, he's been in there to finish it up.
It's Gabe Montgomery on the carry there.
And we're having to,
senior out of Charlotte,
throw the depth chart away, grab the roster. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Ball over the 50. Montgomery gets it again. That'll put him up over 500 yards of offense in this game. 339 in the air, 158 on the ground. 326-yard passing game for Chase Bryce as he came back to his hometown. Pretty solid 20 for 28. 3 touchdowns. QB rating of 204. Not bad.
not a bad day at all.
Nate Noel, who played only in the first half and did not return in the second half because of injury. 12 carries, 74 yards. Castle in relief duty, 12 carries, 56 yards, best game of his career. 7 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown from Malik Williams. 4 catches, 106 yards, and a touchdown for Corey Sutton. Under a minute to go, probably the final snap of the game right here. And Montgomery on the ground at the 44, and that should do it. the teams will head across the field. 45-16, App State wins their conference opener. For the 7th consecutive year, improves to 4-1. Big game on the road at Louisiana 2 Tuesday nights from now. Panthers dropped to 1-4. 0-1 in the conference on the road at ULM next Saturday. A Warhawks team getting routed today at Coastal Carolina. Sam, final thoughts?
Man, not what we expected to see today, especially after seeing Georgia State play the way they did at Auburn last week. Expect to see a closer contest, more like what we saw last year at App State between these two teams. It simply did not happen. And out of this, we got a little bit of a quarterback thing we got to work out here at Georgia State.
Yeah, not what we expected to see at halftime. It was 14-6 at halftime, and the Mountaineers outscored the Panthers 31-10 in the second half to blow this game open. Mountaineers improved to 8-0 all time against Georgia State, and another big double-digit win over the Panthers here in Atlanta. 45-16 the final. App State wins going away. And now for Sam Crenshaw and our entire ESPN team, I'm Matt Stewart. So long from Atlanta, where the Mountaineers open up another Sun Belt season with another big win.